Okay guys, so welcome to another lesson. In this short lesson I'll be just focusing on the mnemonics to remember the 14 prefixes. Oh yeah, I know there are quite more than 14 prefixes. I think there are about is it 20 or something? Yeah, they are quite a lot. I think there are about 20 prefixes, but I'll just focus on 14 prefixes because these are the most commonly used, and the lecturers don't go beyond 14 prefixes when they are asking questions. So you just need to know these 14, okay? You don't need to go beyond this. You don't need to go beyond these that I've just written down here, okay? So now let's proceed. So when I was in first year, I came up with some mnemonics which helped me to remember the prefixes. You know, just on this topic, even in the incoming topics, especially term 2 topics in chemistry, they require you to master quite plenty of stuffs which you cannot easily master and of course remember. Even if you master them, you figure out that the next day you've forgotten them. What used to happen to me with these prefixes was that I would just master them without any pattern or mnemonic. Then maybe after a few days I would forget, or maybe I can just remember a few, or maybe even get confused. Okay, now I'll teach you a pattern. I think it's a combination of a pattern and a mnemonic. Okay, there is a pattern in which these prefixes are arranged into. And when we combine it with the mnemonic that I used to use, it will be very easy for you to remember these prefixes. Okay, it will be very easy to just recall them. You don't even need to go through some headache or something. No. Okay, so now let's proceed. So when you look at the table of mnemonics, you observe that there goes a certain pattern where they are divided into two. The mnemonics which have 10 with the powers which are positive, and the others which have 10 to the power where the powers are negatives. Okay, like the way I've split them right here. Okay, so I've made two mnemonics, the one for remembering the ones with the positive powers, and the one to remember the ones with the negative powers. Okay, I've divided them after observing a pattern. And then another pattern that you need to be aware of is how the powers changes on both sides, the positive ones and the negative ones. The first one starts with power 1, followed by power 2, followed by power 3. So now on power 3 now, things changes. To go to the next prefix, you add 3 to the power. Okay, let's say here we have 3, right? So to go to the next prefix, which is mega, you add 3, this power, plus 3. It will give you 6. Okay, again, to go to the next power, you add 3 to 6, which will give you 9. Again, you need to add 3 to 9, which will again take you to 12. Okay, to 12. Which, right now I'm just focusing on the powers. And then from 12 now, when you add 3 to 12, it will give you 15. Same applies to the negative ones. To the negative ones, you're going to observe that the first 3. So all you should know is that the first 3, they just follow the order of counting numbers, natural numbers, from 1 to 3. Now, the moment it reaches 3, they start incrementing. They start incrementing by adding 1. They start exceeding or increasing by adding 1 to them. Okay, not 1. By adding 3 to them. So even on the negative side, you need to be adding 3. The moment you reach where there is power 3 or power negative 3, start adding 3 till you reach to the till you reach to power 15. Okay, so till you reach to power 15. Remember, you don't need to exceed power 15 on both the positive sides and the negative sides. Okay, so it will be very easy for you to remember this. Just be practicing them. Okay, so now right now I've showed you the pattern to remember the powers. To remember the powers, you don't need the mnemonic. You need to understand the pattern that I've just explained. If you haven't understood, just rewind the video just rewind the video and repeat it as many times as you can and understand it. Everything will make sense. So now, after knowing how the powers moves, how they flow, now you need to know, you need to have some sort of a pattern on mnemonic to remember now these names, these names. Okay, so now that's where the mnemonics comes in. So to remember how the powers flows, you need to understand it is a very simple pattern, just like those patterns that you put on your phone. I think those are even very complicated because this is just very simple. Okay, so now let's go to the mnemonics. So now mnemonics, so the first mnemonic that I'm going to show you is for remembering the positive ones. Okay, and as I said, mnemonics can be modified into your preferable, which will help you to easily remember it and remember whatever information you are trying to master them with. Let me show you the mnemonic to remember the positive powered prefixes. Okay, so here we go. So this is the mnemonic to remember these prefixes. So the mnemonic goes like this: do horses know many great things precisely? Do horses know many great things precisely? So the D in the word do, it is representing the first prefix, deca, the H, hector, the K in this word, kilo, the M is representing mega, the G is representing giga, and here the T is representing petera, and lastly, precisely is representing peta. Okay, so first of all, you need to know this. You don't need to know them in order. What will be helping you to remember them in order is the mnemonic. So first, for now, just master. Okay, on the side of positives, there exists a peta, a tera, because when you're remembering, that's the struggles that I used to have before I made the mnemonic. I used to remember them, but not in order. So I used maybe I would remember like peta to have maybe the power of 9. I would like just jumble them. Okay, now the mnemonic will help you to remember them in order, else you won't be making any mistakes when you're remembering them. Okay, so you should be using this mnemonic to remember the positive one. So do horses know many things precisely? Now I don't mean that I'm forcing you to know this exactly. Yeah, if you want you can master this exactly, but if you want you can modify it into a way that you easily remember. For instance, where these horses, maybe you can put your friends like Henry. Do Henry know many things precisely? Or anybody else that's whose name starts with the letter H. You can replace it with horses. Okay, you can modify it in any ways you want. This is to help you remember the information that might be very hard or challenging to remember accurately. The purpose of these mnemonics and the pattern that I've just showed you is to be able to remember these more accurately. Okay, so now let's go to the negative powered prefixes. Let's quickly go to the negative powered prefixes, and here we go again. So now right now you're looking at the mnemonic to help us remember the negative powered prefixes. Okay, so this is the mnemonic: dear chariot, make many nice pancakes frequently. Okay, so in this case, D from the word dear is representing deci, and the C in the word chariot is representing centi, and make in the word M in the word make is representing milli, and M in the word many is representing micro. Okay, and nice in the word letter N in the word nice is representing nano. Letter P in the word pancakes is representing pico. Letter F in the word frequently is representing fento. You see how easy it is. You just need to master these statements and the flow of the powers. And also just to know, to just familiar with yourself with the names of these, not in order to you just need to know that, so that when you find, let's say, M on the side of the negative, so that you can remember that, okay, on the negative side, we only have two prefixes which start with M. There is milli and micro. Okay, and you should just know that, okay, but on the negative side, the one that comes first is milli. And on the positive side, we only have mega. You just need to familiarize yourself. Then now, remembering them in order, that's where the mnemonic comes in. That's where the mnemonics comes in. They will help you to remember them in order. So as easy as this, and these are the things that people are struggling to understand, and most of them are just having a headache to just master these. Now you don't need to stress. You don't need to even master or force yourself to put this and remember them in order. No, you just need to familiarize yourself that, okay, here we have these prefixes and here these prefixes, but to remember them in order, you just first of all know that pattern of remembering the powers and know the prefixes to help you remember in order. You just need to know, okay, these prefixes for remembering the positive ones, these for negative ones. You'll be using this throughout. As long as you'll be learning chemistry and physics, you'll be using prefixes for the rest of your I don't know if I should say your life or till you graduate. As long as the program will be involved with chemistry and physics, because they like bringing questions that are being phrased phrased with the prefixes. So this is the pattern, okay? This is the pattern and the mnemonics. I hope you guys enjoy, and make sure that you practice a lot. Make sure that you practice and see how they'll be helping you to remember the mnemonics. Okay, I have tried to share what made my life easy, and I hope it also makes your life easy, and I hope it works for you and it helps you greatly. And I hope you have a very nice day, and I'll continue sharing more mnemonics, especially in chemistry, where there's just a bunch of things that should be mastered, and you don't need to stress too much. Have a nice day.